Hello and welcome back to hopefully the last session of Let's Play Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Now I realise there's been something of a gap between my last session and this one, and this is because I've discovered we were somewhat underlevelled. What's more, we'd also failed to pick up from the library one of the better spells for the last boss fights, which is the paralysis spell, Locomoto Wibbly. Lovely name. Anyway, I didn't realise that you couldn't get into the library at this stage of the game. It's locked, which means there's no way for me to get the spell. Consequently, I've spent some time with the aid of the emulator speed-up function doing a bit of power levelling, and as a result we are now level 36. And I've levelled up we've now got the Flipendo Tria spell, which is more useful than you'd think, and we've also got Incendio Duo, which will also be useful, and we do have the less powerful variant of the paralysis spell as well. So hopefully we should be alright for the final run. So without further ado, into the Forbidden Corridor we go. Howdy, Cerberus. I don't think it can see us, states Harry observantly, given that he's wearing an invisibility cloak. He starts playing the flute, and we safely proceed down the trapdoor. No sign of Snape, Harry reports, equally observantly. However, our great friends Ron and Hermione have been ensnared by a plant and cannot move. There must be Devil's Snare. I've read about them. Use light or fire, Harry. So yes, our first boss battle is the trap put in place by Professor Sprout. The evil plant, Devil's Snare. Let's go. So I think we should be alright. Obviously the best thing to do against plants is use fire, so the spell we want is Incendio Duo. As you can see, it does a decent amount of damage. These plants are also quite strong, but we do have plenty of healing items, so I think we should be alright. Right, that's one down. Incendio Duo. Well, hey, critical hit. Right, so now we move on to the larger plant root branch thing. Hits it for a nice 106 damage, and it misses, which is very good of it. Piece of piss. And we get Optimum Boots. And level up again. Thanks, Harry, they were squeezing all the air out of me. Let's keep moving. Snape's already way ahead of us. Possibly. So we walk past the incredibly dangerous plant, which doesn't seem to be that bothered by the fact we've just incinerated it. And to the next room, where we see thousands of birds. Those aren't birds, they're winged keys. I find this a bit ironic that the guy wearing glasses can see that they're not birds. So yes, it's time for another flying minigame, because we all love those. Because naturally, the next door is locked. That key near the very top is different from all the others. You should fly up and get it, or we'll never get through this door. Sorry, you, as in me. You guys are just going to stay here then. That's great, let's see. So far, I've put the dog to sleep. I've rescued you two from the terrible man-eating plant. I'm going to fly up and get the key. You know, it's really good you two came along. And we get a shitty broom. No idea why they put this plot point in, because, for that matter, why did one bring his broom? But, you know, it's the same as the other flying minigames. You're not at any disadvantage, so... It just puts another pointless item in your inventory. So here we go here. The idea is just to fly up while trying to avoid the keys, which bash you back downward. And trying to get to the key at the top. No idea what the background is supposed to be. It looks like some kind of weird space background. We're just in a room, you know. Must have a very fucking high ceiling. Ah, fuck off. There's a random plant as well in this background. What is with this back? Is that a plant, or is it supposed to be some kind of weird nebula? I don't know. Fucking keys circling around and bashing me on the head several times. I'm gonna move. Aha! I have you now. Okay, room number 3 is a chessboard. Chessmen. Large chessmen. Most of them are off the board. This looks more like a trap than a game, even though it was actually a game in the source material. This piece is big enough to hurt you, and look out for the queen, she's the most powerful piece. So again, it's me fighting the chess pieces then. I particularly love how that knight just attacked, just moved to attack us in the same way a knight would move. So presumably, if we'd moved onto any different square that the knight couldn't have gotten to, we'd be perfectly fine. Harry, you're an idiot. Why not just walk down to the edge of the board? Alright, I'm not sure what works against these guys, so we'll just try Vermilius. Okay, not Vermilius. Incendio? Not really that either. Quite tough, this one. What about good old Flipendo? No, definitely not that. Maybe he's just got an incredibly high defense. So that leaves us with Verdimilius. I've not really leveled that up much. Fucking hell, how do you kill this thing? Okay, I'm going to go with what's recommended by most of the guides for this game, and poison the boss. Now, other than that, I'm just going to heal. Heal just enough to stay alive, and let the poison take care of it. And remember, it was Peeves who taught us the poison spell, so I guess in this game, Peeves saves the world. Well done, Peeves. Couldn't we just have had a chess mini-game? I'm quite good at chess. It'd be more fun. That was never worth 895 XP. They're like levelling you up here, making sure you level up after every game, after every battle. And Harry, being the rather unintelligent sort, decides to then move directly into the path of an oncoming rook. Okay, same strategy, I guess. Fucking 80 MP though. Doesn't come cheap, does it? Okay, this one is doing even less damage, so yeah, I'm just going to stick with the same strategy. There's no need to even paralyse them. They're not doing enough damage for me to be concerned. I mean, I guess I'll attack it to speed the process up, because with all the XP we got from the last one, we're bound to level up after this. noble sacrifice actually does something useful and takes out the queen. So 3 tears for Ron. Harry laments his fall. No, the fall of our brave comrade Ron. What a crying and terrible shame this is. You'd think that'd be the end, but no, we still have to fight this guy. I think he's the king. Doesn't really look like a king. But... Mucus ad nauseum. It sure is great to know that even magical statues suffer from the common cold. He doesn't actually seem immune to Flipendo. I did 3 damage. Let's try Flipendo Tria. Hey, that's been 23 damage. We'll start piling that on straight away.